Dealers in Blackhawk and Central City could be unemployed for months as casinos lose hundreds of millions. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News. First, a part-time Breck local faces fines for sneaking a snowmobile onto Keystone's closed terrain park and posting the evidence to Instagram. The Summit Daily reports David Lesh is accused of jumping his sled at A51 this past Sunday. Keystone is pursuing penalties with local law enforcement. It's deja vu all over again for Lesh, who posted photos of snowmobiling on wilderness land near Independence Pass last spring and drew vitriol for illegal sledding there. He's got more than 44,000 followers on Instagram. Ski resorts statewide remain closed, but pond-skimming season has arrived. Sky High News reports Winter Park is keeping its spring tradition alive, asking skiers and riders to share videos of pond skimming, past and present, for the chance to win $500 and swag like a GoPro 8. Entry is $20, and proceeds go to a Grand County Relief Fund. Submissions are due May 8th when the public votes for Best Video on Winter Park's Facebook page. Summit County's devastated workforce, now unemployed at a rate of 2 in 3 locals, is slowly returning to work next month, while residents of Gilpin County, home to Blackhawk and Central City, have no end in sight. This from the Colorado Sun. 82% of Gilpin's workforce is unemployed thanks to casino and hotel closures, costing the state an estimated $38.9 million in tax revenue since March, while casino revenue could plummet $180 million. Casinos are planning now for social distancing when they can reopen, but that timeline is shifting with no date yet for large-scale gatherings. Will Cook, the CEO for Vail Health, predicts a second wave of COVID-19 and says precautions taken now, like antibody testing and safer-at-home orders, can prevent another round of shutdowns.
We need to give the virus a chance to spread a little bit again, and I say a little bit on purpose, because we want to see if we can control that spread.
Antibody testing shows how many people, sick and healthy, were exposed to the virus. By tomorrow, Vail Health completes about 2,000 antibody tests through Colorado Mountain Medical. The latest now from coronavirus on Main Street Summit. Blair McGarry, executive director for Summit Chamber, says small businesses are frustrated by the unknowns of an outbreak that's forcing policymakers to interrupt free enterprise.
They are looking for a timeline for reopening, and they are looking for what the criteria, what the protocols will be, so that they can create best practices around that criteria.
McGarry sees the chamber as a bridge between business and the county, and she's talking daily with local, state, and even federal officials.
And I think that that's part of the puzzle, is how do we bring all of these really awesome organizations together to create the best possible outcome for our overall community.
Summit County confirms 137 cases of COVID-19 as of yesterday, with 3 new cases since Tuesday, 2 fatalities, and 615 patients tested. Colorado claims 14,758 cases today and a fatality rate of 13 per 100,000 people, with 766 fatalities. And now a headline from the COVID-19 Twilight Zone, where, in bars, stadiums, and breweries across the nation, more than 1 million barrels of beer are going stale. The Wall Street Journal reports a beer lover's nightmare as venues and even distributors are pouring tens of millions of overripe gallons down the drain. But it's not all gone to waste. One Vermont distributor is sending kegs to a kombucha plant to make hand sanitizer, and Whistle Pig Distillery is barreling craft pilsners for whiskey. Small batch Rona should be ready in about 4 years. Avalanche danger is considerable again today in the Summit Eagle County zone. It's been the warmest week of spring so far, with temps in the mid-60s and weak overnight freeze above 11,000 feet. By now, you should be off the slopes. And in local sports, brought to you by Wilderness Sports in Dillon, Colorado Parks and Wildlife has extended a statewide closure of campgrounds through May 4th. State and national parks remain open, while facilities like campgrounds, cabins, yurts, and trailhead bathrooms are closed. And Summit Emergency Manager Brian Bovaird warns latrines could stay locked all summer.
Looking at the whole concept of bathroom doors being locked in the bathrooms at trailheads, and some level of social distancing protocols being in place for the next 2 years. And how does that affect how we recreate and how our visitors recreate?
This comes as the state reminds residents to recreate within 10 miles of home by public health order. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News.